Can you say? No? Would you like to say? Okay, perfect.
I care about environment.
I think it's unique in the first place because they are diverse. Diverse in the sense that we have water bodies, we have the terrestrial species, talk about the mangroves, and also the animal species are of different types. We have the marine turtles, we have the monitor lizards, we have the Gambia mongoose, and we have the migratory birds. So I think the nature in Ada, or what we have in Ada is quite unique.
When I think about nature and environment in Ada, what comes into my mind is how they can be protected, how we can have a sustainable management of the environment. And most of the things here are things that are somehow unique. And for that matter, they must be protected for posterity. That is one key thing I like. And I would also extend it further to cover the culture aspect of it as well. Yes. So the environment, yes, though we see the physical one, but I consider the other ones that we don't see much, which is the culture. Those things have to be protected.
And when I was very little, because I spent a lot of my holidays in the village, I grew up. I spent my holidays along the river, the Volta River. I had the opportunity to learn to go fishing, catch fish in the swamps with my bare hands, and to go for firewood in the swamps, to gather mangrove trees and use them for firewood, and it was very interesting. It was in contrast to the kind of life that was in the city. Here you do everything by yourself, and you got everything from nature. The mats that we sleep on, they are from nature. Even the basket that we keep the crabs in, the fish, the women store their groceries in baskets made from the trees around, from the palm trees, the coconut trees, and then the palm nut trees.
You know, when we look at environment, tourism in Ada, the issue is so huge, big, or pregnant.
When I think of nature, I think of life.
We have used the radio to remind our people. We are still using the radio to caution, to remind our people. We are building programs. At times we go there to see what is happening there. We are making noise, advocacy, so that the government or the district assembly comes out with a law so that it becomes a criminal offense for you to throw a garbage into the sea. So these are some of the things that Radio Ada is doing and will continue to do.
So the first thing we thought was trying to educate the people so that they can understand how human beings and nature can coexist, and also let them understand that their basic livelihood depends on nature that they see now. So we decided to do a lot of education. So we get the people mobilized, we plow the land, we plant other mangroves or other fast tree growing species which they can use as firewood, or sometimes the people decide not to cut it, so we leave it as an enclave or a sanctuary for wildlife species that are around. Then also we have what we call alternative livelihood options. We know people don't have options. That is why sometimes they even overfish. they don't have option. That's why they even go and cut trees. So we try to improve upon some of the indigenous products that they do.
So we also think of how we can, discover a lot of alternative livelihood or other opportunities that will take people away from living on, the natural resources or the nature and culture that is getting depleted. For me, because I am educated, even if I am dying, I will not go cut mangrove or go and hunt for sea turtle because of the education I have. That means, yes, the awareness should go on and should take form in the form of proper or more education of the locals. Pollution in the environment, as far as Adam is concerned, is not having a good picture.
If you have garbage, all over, what you find over here is not just by the people of Ada. Big trawlers, big vessels pack these things, and when they get to the high sea, they dump them into the sea, and they come back.
Yeah, as I said in the beginning, the traditional values and norms are now more non-functional. People don't live in them anymore. But in those days, for instance, I was told that when I was young, I used to go to the farm and sack beds. And when they plant, I go to sack beds from not taking the seed from the ground. And I was always warned, never stay at the farm until 6 o'clock. You know the idea? The idea is not to tell you that something dangerous will really come for you. But they give you the feeling that at that time, the environment or the world also need its peace. You understand? Well, at that time, logically, some animals want to move out. Some animals want to be free. Some animals have certain things they do to also keep the environment in survival. You understand? Now it's not there. Completely not there. Yeah, I see that we have lost so many things, but we've not yet realized it. It has affected our farming system. The environment has changed in terms of burning bush burning, cutting of trees. It has affected our rainfall pattern. In those days, people knew exactly that when it's around June, when it's around November, and some part of the country, like in my part, in the northern part, around this time they have planted, they are expecting a lot of rains. And this time it's not like that. The rains even will delay, and sometimes start coming in January, sometimes start coming in February. And it has delayed because those days there were high mountains and trees on the mountains. All these trees have been cut away, no tree has been planted. Those days people don't go to cut the bush and burn it. The land preparation was of natural essence. They cut the trees, the grasses, and allow them to dry on, rot on the land, they turn it over. But now, somebody cut trees and burn the tree, and the following day it plants. You understand? So that affected our farming, that affected our health, because now we are almost breathing in poisonous air. We are no more getting the real oxygen we need.
Sometimes there are a few issues of poaching. People killing sometimes marine turtles, people using guns to hunt some of the wild animals, and those people, their guns are not licensed, and sometimes they kill animals that are wholly protected. Wholly protected means those animals are not supposed to be killed at any time, but people go ahead and kill them. People throw rubbish around anywhere. Any corner you see rubbish, that does not augur well for a tourist area.
The people are embracing a lot of Western culture, and that is taking away this sustainable use of nature. For example, while growing up as a child in Ghana, when we buy food, we had these big leaves, very big leaves that they can wrap the food in it for you. And I had the opportunity to travel abroad. I stayed in Norway for 7 years. When I came back, I realized that thing was gone. We have polythene bags all over. When they buy food, instead of wrapping it in the leaves, it's no longer in the leaves. It's in polythene bags. And it's littering the whole country. this village, they have built their houses with clay for decades. It has been clay and they use the thatch as roof, but now they are no longer doing it. We have to look at the person's environment and study the environment and see what is good for the environment. We shouldn't just import everything from the civilized world, so-called civilized, I'll say, because these people are kind of civilized in their own way. We should not just import technology without seeing the effect it will have on the environment that we are bringing it into. We need to slow down, or our development partners need to study our environment, our situations, and see what is appropriate. I think change has happened too quickly. Positive change happened too quickly. So it then becomes negative.
Ada has been noted as a tourist destination so many years ago, simply because of the extra, the water extra. So a lot of people come here. You know, it's an area that has a lot of water bodies, the water, and also the sea, the Atlantic Ocean, and also very beautiful creeks where there are mangroves, and and the area has not been destroyed so much. It's a bit okay compared to other wetlands. So people always want to come here to have a look at the place and also sleep.
Tourism in this area plays a #1 role in job creation for the team in youth. Tour guides, they are getting their income through that. Fishing, people go to catch the most delicious like barracuda, tilapia, so they are getting their income from that place.
So the hotel facilities, they get a lot of visitors. Then they also employ most of the local people. The local people are working in this hotel, so at least they get income. Apart from that, the hotels buy fish from the fishermen. Then the vegetables that they produce here, most of them sell to the hotels. So it's like a chain. So there's I would say that the tourism industry is providing a means for employment for the people around, and also in a wider sense for the hotels to also grow their business.
So #1 impact with tourism here is that my clock in my room is ahead of Ghanaian's time, 50 minutes always. I'm being edified as I interact with you. Your behavior. You don't throw things garbage all over. If your environment is good, it will serve as a magnet to attract many people. But if the environment is bad, if the environment is poor, I tell you, even though people would like to come down here, they will not, hesitating that they will not. Because it's a sport, it's a sport where we have the Atlantic Ocean here. I think you saw the Gulf of Guinea over there, and you saw the River Volta over here. Yeah. So foreigners, especially Europeans, would like to come down. Would they like to come down to see open defecation? You know open defecation? No, can you explain? Open defecation is the people are easing themselves at the beach. It's very, very sad. They will not come. If they come, they will glue themselves. They will glue themselves to their hotels. They will not come out. They will watch it farther, but they cannot go and sit in the sun. So they will be in their rooms.
Every tourist wants to go to a safe place, go to a place that when he is coming back to his country, he won't carry any sickness or disease. So the environment is well protected. The tourist is safe, and if the environment is also protected, it means that the chances of sighting wild animals or the chance of seeing real nature is possible. It's possible because if you go to an area where maybe the river is so polluted and it stinks or it smells, no tourist will want to go to that place. So if the environment is well protected, the environment look more cleaner, more beautiful, and you have people around also enjoying themselves as well as the tourists as well.
In Ada here, we know that most people are coming to access the natural resources. So if the environment here is not taken care of properly, people would have no reason to come for the natural resources. So there's so much impact that protecting the environment can have, depending on which way you go. If it goes negative, then the tourism activities here would also receive very bad attention.
So the time has come, and the time is today, that we need to work hard, ensuring that our beaches are clean, ensuring that open defecation, as I mentioned, should be a thing of the past. We need some regulations, we need some laws, we need some bylaws by the District Assembly and even by government.
Because if somebody comes and order for food and it takes so much time, if the person comes and find the environment very filthy, you come the first day, the second day is not willing to come. So we must do our homework well in the first place.
For the German audience, what can I say?
First, I want to thank your government for the support. I know that this is not the first time they are supporting this program.
Africa is not one country. There are so many countries in Africa. We have different people and different cultures. Ghana is, I am talking from Ghana. Ghana is only a little country in the west part of Africa.
It's an opportunity to get out to those of you out there who have any form of picture about the region here we have.
In the past, all you know about Africa is starving people. Normally you see pictures of war-torn areas like starving people in Somalia and Ethiopia. Somalia and Ethiopia are only two countries in Africa. There's been a lot of wars in West Africa, but Ghana is also in West Africa and very peaceful.
We care for our environment so much, but the challenge has been how people should stay away from things that they do that degrade or that hurt the environment.
Yes, I think it's always good to work with volunteers. I always want to say that I'm someone who wants to learn from everybody. Even a 1-year child, I want to learn from him or her, because knowledge is not something that you can keep somewhere. You need to exchange, you need to share, and you want to also experience what somebody is bringing to you.
If there's nothing like an African God and a European God. The same God that the Europeans worship is the same God the African worship. I think
we can all learn from each other, and we are not very different from you. We have a lot of educated people who think like you, and we have very beautiful culture to share with you. We would like you to visit us, and you see that there's still a lot more that the developed world can learn from the undeveloped world.
Yes, viewers out there, I care about the environment.
I care about the environment. What about you?
Yeah.
I care for the environment. What about you?
I care for the environment. What about you?
I am David Ahaji. I care about the environment. What about you?
My name is Gladys from Ghana. I care about the environment. What about you?
Okay. My name is Holateti. I'm a Ghanaian and I care about the environment. What about you?
I care about the environment.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
care for environment. Turtles, and then the birds, bushbuck, and then the wetlands. I care for them all. So what about you? You can also do the same. Thank you.
And we need people who can really sympathize with us, because the biggest problem also is just because we have a wide, uneducated people. You know, ignorance and illiteracy. I don't know how you can correlate the two. Somebody is illiterate and at the same time ignorant. And you understand it? So it becomes a bigger problem. Not somebody who is educated and ignorant of something, but this person is not educated and therefore is also ignorant of so many things in the world that is happening, especially about their own self, their own body, their own food, their own sleeping places, their own dresses, their own children, their own farms, their own things. You know, they are very ignorant. They don't know that the more I improve the environment, it will give me a reward in terms of food harvest, in terms of fishing harvest, in terms of good health, in terms of long life, in terms of producing children who will be healthy, who will be strong and energetic. You know, so these are the sensitization we need now. People need to know. And I tell the people, yes, they should give us all the good wishes that at the end of the day we will be able to get there. We cannot get there like you have there, but we can maybe try at least to get 1 or 2 communities that when you visit Ghana, you can be able to be assured of seeing a very nice and clean community. So that's all that I can tell them.
Would you like to say no? For you? Okay. Hello. Would you like to say to the European students, I care about the environment?
No.
No, you don't care?
Yes.
So will you tell?
No.
Okay.
Answered like almost every question.
It's all because I'm a talkative.
It's really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So there are just 2 more questions.
Kindly ask. Women ask many questions.
I must first of all say that tourism is a household name. It's a multi-sectorial field. Matt, I haven't been to Accra because what I was saying.
So the viewers, all that I can tell my viewers is that you are very great. I admire them. I'm so humbled that they are watching this wonderful program.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. I hope I didn't talk too much.
Perfect. Perfect
Yeah.
You want to doze off and you are waking up. Hey, get up.
So, we... Okay, I don't know how I want to end this.
Don't worry, you can cut it.
Think about it.
So, I hope you go back and say good things about us. Please forget about the bad ones.
The issue is so huge, big, or pregnant, just because.
But I was saying the message that we care for the environment and we know we need to do a lot of awareness creation. But because people are finding it difficult to stay away from them, do certain things that hate it. So, what?
But I'm looking for a day, I'm looking for a time where people can sit down openly, basking themselves, taking fresh sun, light, and all those things.
What?
So if you tell me I should go to Germany because I'm going to get money there, I will be the last person to say. If I want to go, I will, but not because there's money there. If I go, suddenly I have to work.
Yeah.
So what do we do?
Yes, thank you very much again.
Very good. Thank you so much.
How can we do it again?
Thank you so much.
No, it's not my pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.